Good day, everyone. Today we are going to present about user authentication and password security. We are from section 3 of computer security. And my name is Ezraline Anna Perempuan Dayalan.
My name is Muhammad Adam Harib bin Hashim.
My name is Shazina Marsha binti Sharizan.
Okay, so now for the introduction. User authentication and password security are essential for protecting online accounts and sensitive information. Weak passwords and poor authentication practice can lead to unauthorized access and cyber attacks. So our awareness campaign, we target to educate users, more specifically university students, on creating strong passwords, enabling MFA, and adopting safe credential management practices to encourage better online security habits.
So next, I will explain the key concept and the password threats. So this explain the key concepts of strong passwords and 3 common password threats. So first, a strong password should contain at least 12 characters. A longer password is usually harder for attackers to guess. So we should also combine letters, numbers, and symbols. So this makes the password more difficult to predict. Next is personal information such as names, birthdays, and phone numbers should be avoided because attackers may find this information through social media or other public sources. And it is also important to use a different password for every account. So if one password is leaked, the attacker will not be able to use it to access all of our other accounts. So next, I will explain 3 common password attacks. So the first one is a brute force attack. So in this attack, a computer program tries many password combinations until it finds the correct one. So simple and short passwords are easy to break using this method. The second is the credential stuffing. So this happens when attackers use usernames and password leaked from one website and try them on other websites. So this attack is more successful when users reuse the same password. The last one is password spraying. So instead of trying many passwords on one account, the attacker tries one common password on many different accounts. So this threat show why users should create strong, unique password and avoid password reuse. So next, I will start with our campaign. So we conducted a survey that titled Password Security Awareness Among University Students. So the purpose of the survey was to understand students' password habits and their knowledge of password security. So the survey was created using Google Forms and it contains 29 questions and took approximately 5 minutes to complete. So the questions covered password reuse, password changing habits, personal information in password, MFA and password managers, OTP safety and account sharing. So a total of 15 year 2 university students completed the survey. Next, I will move on to the survey findings. So one important finding was related to the password use. So 60% of respondents said they use the same password for more than one account. So another 26.7% said that they sometimes reuse the password. So this means that 86.7% of respondents reuse password either regularly or sometimes. So this is risky because if one password is leaked, an attacker may try the same password on the user's other accounts. Next, the survey also showed that 73.3% of respondents had used personal information in a password. So another 20% answered maybe. So personal details such as names and birthdays may be easier to find through social media. Therefore, they should not be used as the main part of the password. Next, for MFA, 66.7%, which from 20% and 46.7% of the respondents said that they use it for important accounts, while 33.3% only use it for some accounts. So most respondents understood the basic idea of the MFA. Most respondents correctly answered the questions about unexpected OTP codes and suspicious login alert. However, only 73.3% correctly refused to share their university account with a friend. So the other respondents selected unsafe action. So this result show that the account sharing is still an issue that should be included in security awareness. So the survey helped us understand students' real password habits, made respondents think about their own online security, and encourage stronger password and less password reuse, increased interest in using multi-factor authentication, and showed which topics needed more awareness.
So I'm going to walk through our campaign poster called Take Control of Your Digital Identity. So we wanted to make online security easy for students to understand. So we broke the poster into three simple parts. So the first part is the password anatomy. This show why common and simple password fail and why long and randomized phrases works so much better. It's also explained that secure website use hidden code like hashing and salting to protect your info. And the second one, for the real threat, here we explain three common way hacker attack student, like user automated bot to test stolen password on your student portal or social media account. And the third part is the MFA shield. So this show how adding a second layer of defense keeps you safe using things you know, things you have, or your own biometric like a fingerprint scan. And the last part is at the bottom we give three simple rules for better security. Use a password manager, turn on MFA everywhere, and check if your data has ever leaked online. Finally, students can scan the QR code to test their habit with our quick 2-minute quiz. So next. So let's talk about the real world impact of our poster. Firstly, it's made hard security concept easy to use, easy to see by using clear picture instead of long paragraph. Anyone could understand how data protection works at a single glance. So secondly, we have it forced students to check their own habits. Seeing a bad password right next to a strong one makes students think twice about their own account. And the third one is show how easily hacker can break in. So many students didn't know that automated tools could guess their share password so fast. And the next one, it's made a turning on MFA much less confusing. The simple shield layout show how easy it to use a phone app or fingerprint lock. And finally, it's brought people into our main campaign. So the poster act as a great entry point, getting passing student to stop, scan the QR, and engage with our interactive quiz. Alright.
I'll be explaining about the quiz. So these are the questions for our quiz. We use the Wayground website, which is formerly known as Quizzes, to generate this quiz. So here are all the questions here. We got 13 questions, and each of them are kind of tricky, I would say. Next slide. So what do we find in this quiz? Next slide. So a total of 49 participants engaged in this quiz, and we got 79% of class accuracy, which means most of them understand the main points of how to use passwords and what our password securities are about. Okay, next slide, please. So a total of 49 participants, and the average quiz accuracy is 79%. And with having the leaderboard, it increases the university students' participation and also motivations. And the quiz also identify the knowledge gaps in password security. Next slide, please. So what are the impacts throughout this quiz session? So it increased the awareness of password security and also revealed a common misconception. One of the question was, what is the hardest password to crack? And I remember only one person answered it correctly and the remaining person answered it wrongly. So it encourage active learning and participation also, and also help reinforce secure password practices. Next slide. So next, we also use campaign posts. Next slide. So we use Instagram carousel and also post it on Instagram. So here are the posters that we do. So the title is how to protect your password, and we got 4 tips. Use strong password, never reuse password. Next slide. Enable MFA, use a password manager, and the last one, it gives a impact for the user to think twice about their passwords. Next slide. So here are the story that we post so that users can engage through Instagram and also see our posts and also stories and also our quiz posters and so on. So the first story was posted on 23rd of June, where it got the link to our quiz session and also the to our carousel post. And the second story is the question that I mentioned earlier during our quizzes section. Only one person got this question correct. So I did a explanation quiz poll. So here I explain a little bit more about how does password works. So length, bit, complexity. So we need to choose longer password instead of complex passwords. So the last story is before closing our quiz session. Next slide. So what do we find throughout these postings? So we got a total of 98 likes, 5 comments, 1 reshare, and also 1 share. So it demonstrates strong audience interest and also active participation. The carousel format also encourages users to read and engage and increase awareness of password security practices. Next slide. So as you can see here, the story also received 69 views, and there are a lot of comments, and we use collaboration so that it helps us to reach a wider audience. So we got positive audience reaction to the campaign and also active engagement through comments and also story replies. Next slide. So what are the real impact throughout these campaign posts? So it increased awareness and a good password security practices with reaching a wider audience through Instagram engagement, because our target is university students. So we use Instagram as our platform to promote our campaign. It encourages users to interact by liking, commenting, and sharing, and educate students with simple and easy to understand cybersecurity tips. And it also motivates participants to reflect on and improve their own password habits. Next slide.
So next, based on our campaign finding, we want to share 5 main recommendations to keep your data safe. So firstly, we have create long and unique password and avoid easy personal info like your name or your birthday. And the second one, never reuse the same password across your account. Every important profile need a different one. And for the third one, always turn on multi-factor authentication. MFA, it block hacker at the second step even they know your password. So for the fourth one, use a trusted password manager so you don't have to worry about creating or remembering complex phrases. So for the last one, keep your password and OTP code strictly secret, and remember your university account are personal and should never be shared with friends. So finally, always check suspicious login alert immediately if you think someone else access your account. Change your password right away.
Okay, now we will go on to our Q&A session. Next slide. So the first question is, I would like to ask Marshall, why is the MFA, which is known as multi-factor authentication, is important if we already have a password?
Thank you for the question. So multi-factor authentication adds another security step. Even if the attackers knows the password, they do not have the user's phone OTP code or fingerprint. Next question, I would like to ask Harit. So if my password is already very long and strong, so do I still need to turn on multi-factor authentication?
Yes, definitely. because even a strong password can get stolen if a website you use get hacked. So when leak happen, hacker try using those password on other apps. If you have a MFA turned on, they still can log in because you don't have your phone to get the security code. Um, my question is for Ezra. I want to ask, what is the limitation of the MFA?
It's true that MFA is very important and it improves account security. But then it got its limitation too, where it can cause inconvenience if your device is unavailable. Imagine your bank account, you need to use your Face ID, but then your camera is broken. Then you can't pay for your food. So that's all from our group. Thank you for your attention.